Okay, so I know we are having this issue all over the internet. It is too overwhelming, so I'll try to make it as quick as possible. Here are my thoughts on the Gorkha land issue. Look at this guy and make a guess where he is from. Chinese, Japanese, Indonesian, American it is. And if you had walked to him and asked him, "Tapai Chinese ho ki Japanese ho ki Indonesian bhanera," he would be very offended, calling you racist. What a confusing world it is today. Why is it so? Migration. Yes, people migrate as if they were birds. Funny. Likewise, a huge amount of Gorkhas migrated to serve the nation India. We all know while the British were taking over the world, our ancestors fought like no one else, resulting it in being a sovereign country, the pride we have till this very day. Still, the British managed to take our valuable parts of Nepal and also demanding our soldiers. And let me tell you, it was not only the people from Gorkha who were brave. I repeat, it was not only the people from Gorkha. It was the whole nation, Tarai Pahad Himal. Period. The term Gorkhali, however, eventually became a brand for the super resilient, crazy, mad warriors, killing people twice their size. When the British left, the Indians still wanted a piece of the Gorkha army, calling it the Indian Gorkhas. With the country in a poor state and very less to offer, loads of people began joining the Indian army and the British army, and there is no one to blame. Because money matters, guys. It just does. It's the same today where young people go to Australia, US or the UK for education or for earnings. Everyone wants a better life. And the fact that Nepal has more difficulties than opportunities helps it even more. After generations, the Nepalese in India began feeling home. Though they speak Nepali, they were born and raised in India, growing up being taught to say Jai Hind. This, at one point, left them in a state where they had an issue with their identity. For some time now, they have demanded a certain part of Darjeeling to call it their home. They want to be recognized as Indians, being treated equally and get the same opportunities. After all, the Indian Gorkhas have selflessly sacrificed themselves for the country over and over again. The government, however, will try persisting this, as obviously there's no way they are regionalizing a different race. That should remind you of something. The biggest source of communication, the goddamn internet, is banned in June 2017, taking away the freedom of expression, making the news of this dispute less visible to the world, like the news of the goddamn Nakabandi, which didn't hit the international news for months. People are having difficulty meeting daily needs over there. But while the internet is banned in Darjeeling, how do we expect people to be participating in this verbal war in the social sites? Something to ponder upon. There's just too much of trash on the internet, and you have to make sure what to believe and what not to. If someone speaks Nepali and knows their ancestors are from Nepal, they'll sure have the love for the country. It's just purely instinctive. Now, the prime reason for the current clashes is that the government wants West Bengal to make it mandatory to learn Bengali all over the state in every school. This pisses Darjeeling off as they speak Nepali. This reignites the region's long-lasting demand, a separate Gorkhaland state. Meanwhile, while many have already died in clashes for this movement, the hottest trend in Nepal is about the identity of the Gorkha. Already seem to have been robbed of the title of where Buddha was born. The small country of Nepal is furious when the people of Darjeeling and Sikkim showed their love to India and did not want to be affiliated with Nepal. Hate comments flooded in, and with Nepal's blood boiled up at this state, in comes a former beauty pageant, and for some reason she decides to make a disrespectful video about Nepal.
Oh God! Hold on, it's gonna be loud!
Well, out of all the things in the entire world, there's one thing, just one thing you never ever want to do. That is disrespecting Nepal. Her video made every living Nepalese inner Gorkhali come back to life, abusing her like, well, just leave it there. What this basically did is separate Darjeeling from Nepal. The brotherhood turned into hatred. Surely it's easy to be viral in Nepal with these things, as the Nepalese social sites loves controversies. Thousands of friendly comments and gestures go unnoticed as the nation decides to highlight a nobody with her never-ending supply of reply videos. I mean, how much time does she have? I just have nothing to say on that. What I do have to say is to the people of Darjeeling and Sikkim, you have our moral support regardless to whether you call yourselves Indian or Nepali. And as for the term Gorkhalis, you may be anywhere in the world, but you should know where it came from. and you should respect that fact. We don't want Darjeeling or Sikkim to come back to Nepal. We already have enough of beauty in our country. And lastly, our prayers and hope all that's happening will pay off. Jai Gorkha, Jai Nepal. And as for the messages demanding me to roast the girl, no thanks. Chicken is the only thing I roast.